Potent Pondering back with another video. Please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live or I do uploads, yo. Hope y'all all doing well. You know I had to come with an upload. I want to talk about Cardi B. She talking about, oh, she's coming. She ain't the villain. She's a karma. So, Cardi, let's just, refresh a little bit. On Friday, she released her single, what is her single? Outside or whatever, right? Now, the first day, I think she's still number one on iTunes, right? Spotify numbers shaky as hell. Spotify numbers is shaky. I think Outside debuted on the global Spotify chart like at around 130 something, out the next day, and then she's fallen on US Spotify, like she's fallen, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she's not even really doing no numbers. A lot of people are noticing how is she number one on Apple on Apple Music. She's number one on Apple Music, but she's failing literally on all other avenues. So, these are some of the conversations that I actually get tired of having, because I used to always have these conversations before. I used to point this out all the time. Like, how is an artist doing there? Listen, a lot of these conversations, I started them, just to be frank and just to be honest with you, because I compare stuff all the time. And this is where I used to say back in the day, like, how is this artist failing on streaming sites over here and then they're getting massive radio play? Shouldn't everything go together? Like cumulatively, like, if you're doing good on radio, if you're doing good on streaming, that means you deserve radio play. But a lot of people, it's just a lot of different formulas where people get pushes in certain areas. But, Cardi, she probably got them over there, and the Atlantic probably got some people connections with Ebro. Ebro, he funny. He think he black. He's still racially ambiguous. He probably doing and pulling some strings over there for her over at Apple Music, putting her in different places, positioning. We know how that go. But anyway, what I came to talk about was Cardi said that the album is coming out now, right? Now, I made a reel in regards to Cardi's album announcement. So let's check this out. So Cardi B is teasing that album announcement is coming tomorrow, man. You knew she couldn't wait to do this. Let's check this out.
7 years and the time has come. 7 years of love, life, and loss. 7 years I gave them grace, but now I give them hell. I learned power is not given, it's taken. I'm shedding feathers and no more tears. I'm not back, I'm beyond. I'm not your villain, I'm your karma. The time is here, the time is now. I got an announcement to make.
So that was her announcement. She was saying, I'm not your villain, I'm your karma. Who is she necessarily the karma for? Who is she the karma for? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put no names into it, but who she thinks she the karma for? She talking about she's karma for the fans. I'm not your villain, I'm your karma. I don't know, girl. You took 7 years to come out with another project because you had to get your sound together. You had to go around and jostle the ball sacks of whatever ghostwriters you had to get in pocket. Came out with this new song on Friday, and the song is so basic. And I know Cardi knows deep down in her soul that this Outside song, she said she didn't even like it. You know that this song is so basic, and you had a ghostwriter on that too. It's like, damn, you can't do those basic lines that you done spitting on these albums, on these songs or these releases. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say this, right? And this is just my own personal feeling of checking the temperature with artists as it comes to releases. I just don't feel like, this is first thing first. Let's just say this, right? As it relates to everything that's going on, the optics, how Cardi B is bragging of being on number one on Apple Music or whatever, this is her perfect time where she feels like, I need to announce my album because my campaign was so shitty. Dropped all these songs last year and that was supposed to lead up into like the big album announcement. Then she wasn't ready. And then now this year, this completely silence, and she thinks that she's just going to come with Outside and announce her album because it's doing good in certain spots or whatever, right? I'm telling you, this is exactly what's going on. She feels as though that she can brag and say she's number one on Apple. Oh, haven't been there in a while. Oh, shut your ass up. Then first they were stating that she was going to debut at the top 25 with Outside, and now it's projected to be like to debut around number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. And people are saying it's going to free fall the week after. I don't know anything, if it's going to do that or not. But I'm just saying, like, all hate aside, and for people, because some people think that it's some hater shit. It ain't no hater shit when it come to me. I'm just telling you how I see it. Now, if Cardi had some sort of a year where it was like a trek, like a build up, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I could see her rolling her album out and doing whatever. She used this whole Outside situation, clinching onto the Offset breakup, and I'm just here to tell you that a lot of people don't even care about that no more. They don't care about that. They don't care about it. You know, so it's just like you gearing yourself up to drop this album and probably have these moments in this, and where you talking about going through breakups or whatever. Yeah, the average woman or people will listen to it and make some sort of talk around it. Yeah, they will. But I don't think people really care anymore. And it's sad to say that, you know, I still ain't listened to Offset new song, right? I listened to Cardi's song once so I can do a review on it on a I listened to it on a free platform, you know, but, I listened to it one time, but I don't feel like people care, you know? That's just my opinion on, I have the right to feel that way. I don't feel like she had a good build up. Another person too, who was trying to campaign, and I told you about this too, Doja Cat. She been trying to jump on little songs here and there, little soundtrack songs and little verses sound whack, huh? She been trying to jump out there, and it's the results just ain't been responsive. But we know when it come to Doja, sometimes with her, she just need a hit. And when she get that hit, she do her little announcement, the album come. But I felt like her last album, Scarlet, suffered a lot, but you know, she had Paint the Town Red. I felt like that one song saved the whole project, because didn't that go like how many times platinum did that song go? But she got a lot of streams off of it though. But still, that it felt like the era fell short, right? But with Cardi, you know, she's digging herself out of that 7-year-old grave. And I don't understand this. Let's talk about this too, right? People I see online, and there's a lot of, listen, it's a fake fans. I think that there are, and let's just say this, I do think there's hybrid fans. I think it's people who love Nicki and they listen to Cardi. I don't respect the artistry. I already know my whole, you know, breakdown when it comes to her. I don't respect her at all, right? I can talk about what I want to talk about, but there are some people who I think they look at things, or they like Nicki and they like Cardi, or vice versa, right? People be playing games online, and I know a lot of people be secretly streaming people's music and act like they don't like them. But what I wanted to say is that when it comes to this thing, you see a lot of the fans online today, like you see how Cardi had this video that I just played, and you know, she was, you know, announcing the album saying like, I'm not the victim, I'm not the villain, I'm the karma or whatever. You know, they feel like her rollout is amazing, right? And then when you think about like how Nicki rolled her stuff out, I want to tell you this though too. Do not compare Nicki Minaj to Cardi B. You want to know why? This is her 5th album release. 5th album release. 5th album going multi-platinum. 5th album with hits on it. Until that girl do it 5 times, this is her 2nd time. And it took her 7 years to do it the 2nd time. 7 years. This year she's probably going to embark on her first tour. Like, don't compare Nicki to that. Don't do yourself a favor, and don't even mention the girl name in the sentence when it comes to it as far as that. But what you have to realize is too, right? Because, you know, with Nicki being an artist on her 5th era or whatever, with the Pink Friday 2 era, with her being on her 5th era, you have to realize, just like with Beyonce when she came out with Renaissance, and that was a big era for her and people loved the album or whatever. And just like people like Pink Friday 2, Nicki didn't pull out all of those, you know, the tricks out. She didn't do the music video. She didn't do excessive things and all of that. They put the art out. They announced the tour. It was boom, boom, boom. You understand? It was boom, boom, boom. Now, I would like to see how Cardi's going to move in this new era. We didn't get because I don't care. She didn't drop a video for the Outside song yet. And I told y'all how that's going to go. She's waiting to drop the video to see how far the song drops down so she could release the video, and then it'll hopefully help it with longevity. But I don't even think music videos are really a big factor anymore. You know, so also I wanted to play this for you. Cardi B is out there. She was out there in Paris for the Cowboy Carter tour. And I think that either she got a collaboration with Beyonce or she's over there trying to kiss Major ass. That's what I personally think. She's trying to kiss Major ass. She's trying to get that collaboration with Beyonce, trying to show her like, I'm out here for you, girl. You know, she was out there with Mama Teeny Weenie out there turning up to niggas in Paris. Let's check this out real quick because I made a little reel on that. I'm going to play that. So Cardi B brought her Illuminati Punani overseas to Paris to turn up with Kelly Rowland, Mama Tina Weenie, and she turning up to Jay-Z. She's begging for the collab at this point. She over there trying to show that she in the crowd, trying to tell Beyonce that she want the collaboration loud. Listen, she gonna look at her like Mush Mouth Chronicles ain't getting no feature. Thank you for showing up and being in my crowd though. Hopefully you post it to your millions of supporters so they can go buy tickets to my tour too to feel just like you, sitting out there with that cowboy hat on. Shut that up. Shut it up. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I just want to know what you feel about this. You know, Cardi is, you know, people are saying that she's calling the album The Crow or something like that. I don't know what she's calling it. All I want y'all to do is this. Don't compare Nicki Minaj to somebody just dropping their second album after 7 years. 7. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Let her do her though. Let her do her. Hopefully she could drop an album and she could go on tour and make the record labels feel as though there's something worth investing in. I know they still looking at the numbers. They see her dropping on Spotify. Actually, let me go on real time and go put Cardi B outside Spotify. Let's see what the streams look like. The first day she got 700,000. The second day, so let's put Cardi B outside Spotify. I need to find a way that I can turn off the eye tracking on here, because this is why I frequently have to watch it, because if not, the camera will go dark. So it says Spotify debut, Cardi B. So she did 659. Let's see with Spotify. What did she get on day 2? I'm not seeing nothing for day 2 yet, but hold on. I'm not seeing anything for day 2 yet, but we know in real time that she's dropped. Her stats have dropped. Her stats have dropped on Spotify. So what did they go? They're gonna have to drop. They're gonna have to hurry the video. They're gonna have to hurry it. But listen, I just wanna just say that don't compare Nicki to somebody who's on their second album after 7 years. She's digging herself out of a hole, and now she up here talking about she ain't the karma, she the villain. Please, ma, go home and take care of your children. Go home and take care of your children. Talking about you ain't the what? Please, listen. If you've been supporting somebody for almost 20 years, you can't take somebody after 7 years and think they even in the arena. They not even in the arena. They got a lot of catching up to do. A lot of these inflated streams, and a lot of that came from that payola era with fake streams and all of that. It got these people feeling gassed. It got them feeling gassed. Be careful what you get gassed by, you know what I'm saying? Because they still got to show and prove. Potent, pondering, never pandering. Get in the comments, let me know what you think. Please never compare Nicki of a 20-year career to somebody who's just there. She got to pull out all the bells and whistles. She got to do the video. She got to make it, you know what I'm saying? I understand it for any artist, you want that official full rollout. And sometimes, and I think, and let me just say this so maybe a person who does feel as though like, oh, I wish Nicki would have this and that, right? You can't compare one artist to another, and you can't compare an artist who's been in the game for so long to somebody who's literally a shrimp in the game. You can't, right? But what I will say is that I can relate to certain people. I can relate to certain people who say certain things like that, because I feel as though I remember when Chun-Li was hot and it debuted in the top 10 and all of that, and people was asking Nicki for the video, and I understand the anxiety that comes along with that too. As the artist, it's like people just want. You drop one thing, they want another thing, right? But it's like sometimes Nicki, she travels on that. She was like, Queen drop when Queen want to do, Queen do this, Queen do that. And I'm going to just tell you this, right? My favorite artist, Foxy Brown, I feel as though in so many different ways, she keeps herself so small. Nicki is definitely more fortunate to Foxy when it comes to the music, the reach, the visibility, success, and all of that, right? But I feel like Foxy, she keeps herself so small, and, Nicki will never be doing that as far as, on Foxy's level. But now years later, when I see how Lil' Kim gets certain looks and things like that, I'm like, damn, where's Foxy? I know she had an injury, disability, hearing, and all of that, right? But I still feel like she could have did more things to make herself bigger. So everybody could do more of something, you know what I'm saying? Because when I look at Spotify and I'm like, how the hell does Remy Ma have more monthly listeners than Foxy Brown? And she's more iconic in a bigger way in hip hop. But Remy is more visible. You see her at Summer Jam, she looked really pretty, I'll never hate on any of the, the New York girls, the ones who I really like. You know what I'm saying? Even Lil' Kim, even though I'm a Foxy fan, I still give Kim her credit. She's showing up, showing face. Even though I might not like how she might look all the time, I don't tear her down in that regard. Get your money and do you. But you can't compare a 20-year artist. Nicki going on 20 years in this industry, baby. 20 years she's going on. Can't compare somebody just, they got to do all of the tricks and flips and hamster wheel spins. She got to do that. Potent, pondering, never pandering. Subscribe, thumbs up. I'm about to here. Peace.